Hi everyone, this is Krista Soria. Today I'm going to be talking to you about formatting your documents using APA documentation style with a specific emphasis on the headings of your paper. So first, I want to acknowledge that APA offers guidance for more than 3 levels of headings in papers, although in the majority of my classes, most of my students only use 3 levels of headings. Your first level, which is your first major organizational group, is centered, bolded, and you capitalize the first letters of each of your words. For the second level, it's left justified, so it runs up against the left-hand side of your page. It's also bolded, much like the first level, and then you capitalize, again, the first letters of all your words. The third level is indented, not left justified across the page, but indented like a regular paragraph. It's written like a sentence, so the capitalization is really only for the first word or for proper nouns. You bold it, you also include a period, and there's no space breaks between the text. 3 points of confusion that I also want to address. Your abstract, your title, if you choose to restate it in your text, and your references are all headings that are not bolded. So to make sense of this, I'll show you an example in a Microsoft Word document. Here's an example of a document that's been formatted using APA documentation style. As I mentioned in a previous video, your title is not bolded, but as you can see, all the words are capitalized. That should be capitalized. As I mentioned earlier in this video, your abstract is your first level heading, but it's not bolded. Also unique to your abstract is the fact that your text is not indented. It's just justified against the left-hand side. So the abstract is really quite a unique component of your paper. If you choose to restate the title of your paper in your text, you can do that. Some students may write introduction, but really the correct thing to do is to restate your title. And again, as you can see, even though it's a first level heading, it's not bolded, but it is centered. This is one of the first level headings that we can see that's traditionally formatted. So it's bold, it's centered. There's no extra spacing between the header and the text that precedes it and that follows it. And to double check that, just click on paragraph above and then look at the before and the after spacing, which should be 0. Although your line spacing should be double throughout your entire paper. Scrolling down a little bit, we will encounter our first second level heading, and as you can see, it's bold. All the words are capitalized, and it runs flush against the left-hand side of your page. The next paragraph that precedes it is indented correctly. And, scrolled a little bit too far, this is an example of a third level heading. So you can see it is indented. It's in bold, but it's written like a sentence, and there's even a little period afterwards. It doesn't have to be a complete sentence with nouns and verbs and all of those structures, but it's sort of written like a sentence in terms of its capitalization. So if there were a proper noun in here, for example, diversity benefits for Anchorage, Alaska, common book reading programs, of course you would definitely want to capitalize those proper nouns. But traditionally, you may not see that happen, so what you would have here for your heading is, again, sort of written like a sentence in terms of the capitalization. You use a period, and there's really just a traditional space between this, but as you can see, unlike previous styles of headings, like heading level 2 right here, which the text begins in the next paragraph, with a third level heading, the text just resumes right after that heading. So I've reviewed headers for you today. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'm happy to help you out. Thanks so much.